Okay, let's go. Hopefully this is going to be the final video. If not, it's certainly the second to the last. And I'm so excited, and I'm just wanting to make sure that you're not worried about how your painting looks. How your painting looks, I'm sure, is wonderful. And I've got people helping you, and I'm trying to help you with this, and I can't wait to see them when it's finished. Anyway, we got the palette that we had, and I'm going to go back into this. This paint is now dry, and we're going to work on the foreground grass and flowers. Going to add a little details to the house, to the bushes back here, and then to the lake. And then it'll be finished. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to get that little brush, little square kind of brush that's like this. It's in your kit, and if you want, you can use a little round one, whichever one that you feel good. But this is going to make we're going to put a couple windows in the house, in a chimney, in a window over here, and then we're going to add color to the roof. So let's add color to the roof first. So I'd like you to get a little bit of the red and add some yellow to it to make it kind of orangey. To warm up red, you don't ever want to add white if you want to keep it red, because if you add white, it's going to make it pink. So it's just fun to experiment with colors. So I'm getting a kind of an orangey color, and the sun is hitting here, so we're going to add a little highlight onto the roof. We're going to just drag that brush over the top of the roof, because you've got a darker red, and now we're just going to lighten it up a little bit. Just like that. And I'm not coming completely to the edge, because I want some of that under red to show. Maybe a little more straight here. Okay. Just like that. Then with that same color, I'd like you to add some blue. Just a little bit of blue, because we're going to make a dark color for the windows. So as long as it's not completely red, just a little bit more blue. And then we're going to add a door here, a little door. Actually, it looks kind of like it might be a barn, huh? Just a door there, and then on the side of your brush, we're going to make two little square windows alongside the where the shadow of the house is. Okay, there it is. Poof, there is your house. Let's see. Then with that same color, add a line right at where the roof line meets the white of the house. We're going to add a little shadow there, because the sun is hitting that roof and casting a shadow. Then take the same color on your brush, and we're going to add some of that down here in the grass. So remember, before I said you just do the grass just kind of every which way. So it kind of comes, some of the tops of the grass come into that yellow. And this is a reddish brownish color, which is fine. And there's more grass over here because this is close up. The closer something appears, the larger it appears. The mountains are much larger than those flowers in real life, but in the distance they're much smaller, aren't they? Okay, then rinse your brush. Just a wipe and rinse. Just add a little bit more here to the edge of this roof. Oops, I picked up some yellow, but that's okay. That's a happy mistake because it makes the roof sunnier. All right, now let's go on to the bushes in the back. I want you to make up a dark, to that color that we just finished. You can add more blue to make a dark. This is it's gonna almost look like black because red and yellow and blue together, dark. When it's dark like this, it almost looks like black, and that's kind of the black I use. I'm gonna push some of these trees. I'm gonna make little shadows back here, but I'm clumping it. I'm not just painting it solid. So just right up against that roof, and then a little bit here, little areas of round. And here, don't go up to the top because that's where the sun's hitting it. And then I'm gonna keep some of that green showing through. See right here, make it look like there's a tree trunk there or a bush trunk, and then down this way. And then I'm gonna take it this way and then let the bushes in the front show up against that dark. See, isn't this fun? I hope you're having fun. Then wipe that off your, oh, well, actually, let's bring some of that down, some of that darker color. Not much, but enough dark so that there's shadows in this little grass. It'll get the paint off your brush so you don't waste it brushing or wiping it off. So I'm bringing that down here on the edge, and then a little bit throughout here. I'm going to add a little tiny bit up here against this mountain. Just to, you know, most of the paint should be off your brush, and I'm just adding a dry brush stroke. If you don't have much paint on it, that's okay. If you don't have any, that's okay. Don't add a dark solid line. This is kind of a dry brush stroke. Now you can rinse this off. Rinse this little brush off. Okay, with this, let's add some yellow. Put some yellow over here. And a little bit of blue. We're making a different kind of green. I just don't like the greens out of the tubes because they're all so uniform, and green is all different. If you look out in nature, green is all different. So here we'll just add a little more blue. So it's a yellow green. And I want some kind of well, let's add a little white to that too. Just a little. Because I want to add more light on the trees out back here. So we're going to bring those out so that this is a yellow-green. Not much, but just enough so that it gives the idea that the sun is hitting some of those leaves back there. It's a sunny day. And then I'm going to go here where I had some of the dark and go in there a little bit. And keep some of the green we already had. Make sure you don't just cover it completely up. And over back here, it's kind of in the shadow, so we're not going to go there with that. Take some of this green and just put it in the grass. The grass is kind of like a waste can, but it's going to be so pretty when we're done. We just put any old color down here. It's good. It's good to have some of every color that's in your painting in 3 different places. So I'm going to add a little bit over here. So I put that color of green 3 different places. So there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is that darker red color. So if you count them, you'll see that the only difference, I don't have more purple, but we're going to put purple on the flowers. And then blue, blue, blue. So 3. At least, if not more. Okay. Let's work on this little lake. So this little lake, we're going to, or little pond, we're just going to take some pure white, rinse your brush off, and I'm still using the little brush. Take the pure white. Oops, there's the doorbell. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so we're doing the lake, and I want you to add a little bit of white. Whoops, I've got some color. So make sure your little brush is clean, because we want to add some little tiny bit of white with a touch, not even a touch, we're just going to leave it like that. This little blue pond here, water is a reflection of the sky, and the sky's blue, and I want you to, at the top of that thick line, almost to the top, just a straight line across with that white. And my line is a little wiggly because there's some little waves on this pond, but we want to add the white across like that. Okay. Then let's add some little daisies in here. The daisies are just, if you imagine a circle, imagine there's a center, you just little petals around the imaginary center. We'll put the centers in later. So little kind of spoke-like. Not too many, because we're going to have other different kinds. Or you can put as many in as you want. You might want just daisies in that field. It's up to you. Okay, to that white, I'm gonna have you, let's see, I'm gonna have you go back over again the white on the lake. Mine wasn't standing out so much. If yours is, you can just leave it. But like that, straight across. Okay. Okay, wipe your brush. Okay, before we do anything else to anything here, what we're going to do is add a tree. And I mentioned that we were going to have a tree, but I kind of thought, well, maybe not. Maybe I'm indecisive. So you don't have to put a tree in this if you don't want to, but I'm going to show you how you can, okay? So this tree is going to go over here, and it's going to be closer to all of us. It's going to be in this area of flowers. And you can use your little brush to start with. So I want you to take some blue. We're going to make a green. If you've already got green, leave your green. So we're going to make a dark green and add red to make a brown. So there, add red. I want it a little darker, so I'm adding some more blue. And this tree is going to go right about maybe 2 inches from the left. And it's going to start in the middle, right smack about 2 inches up and 2 inches in from the grass that you've made, and you're just going to draw a straight paint just a straight, about the width of the brush. This is your small square brush. And see, I'm just dragging it lightly. So the paint's is coming off the brush. I'm going to turn it around, do it again, up to about there. Get some more paint on my brush. Then I'm going to make some branches or branching off. So about wherever here, that's about the middle of the canvas, you're going to come up from the trunk and then go off into a Y shape. It gets a little thinner. Branches get thinner as they go up to the top. We're going to make the trunk thicker as we go. So now I'm going to do this Y, this part of the Y, a little lower. And then stop. And your tree is going to be different than mine. So don't worry about making it exactly the way I'm making mine. I'm just showing you how I do it. Then I get some more paint in the brush, and I'm going to make this a little wider, like that. And bring this out. Now some of these branches aren't going to show, so we're just going to stop it here and put the leaves on. And so you say, well, how come we're covering up the sky? Well, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you could just make this a bare tree or not put a tree in at all. But I'm going to put some leaves on it to show you how. So I'm bringing little branches off like that. Now we want to let that dry. Remember, it's coming across the lake, so over the lake, so don't worry about that. And over here on the left, about halfway up this hill, we're going to make a little fence line. And this little fence line is going to go I'm using the same brush and the same color, just lightly, little pole here, little pole. Actually, I'm bringing it down a little bit. You can make as many as you want. I'm only going to do 3. And you can then do a crossbar. And I don't like to make mine straight, just because. And I'll make a crooked pole right here at the end. So this looks like it's a little pathway, doesn't it? It's going down and then around. Okay, let's finish up the house back there, and then we can finish up with the flowers here. So I'm going to stop right now, let this dry, and I'll be back for the final video. Yay!